Hey tech adventurers, welcome to Tech Curiosity Stream where we turn "what even is that?" into "oh I get it now." Today's quest, we're diving into the Internet of Things, IoT, the tech that's turning your toaster into a spy, your fridge into a food critic, and your dog's collar into a TikTok influencer. Before we start interrogating your Alexa, do the thing. Subscribe and smack that notification bell. We're your tour guides to the connected future, and you need front row seats. Ready to meet the gadgets that know too much? Let's go. Alright, so you've heard of this whole Internet of Things thing, right? But what actually is it? It's not just about smart speakers blasting your Spotify playlists or fridges ordering groceries when you're running low, though, yeah, that's part of it. Think of it like this. Everyday objects, the stuff you wouldn't even consider smart, are suddenly packing more tech than a spaceship. We're talking sensors, tiny little spies that can track everything from temperature and motion to how many times you've opened the snack drawer after midnight. And how do these gadgets snitch on you? Connectivity, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, maybe even your neighbor's unsecured router. Whatever it takes to beam all that juicy data about your daily habits to the cloud. Speaking of the cloud, that's where things get really interesting. It's like a giant data center where all your information goes to hang out, get analyzed, and maybe even party with some AI algorithms. Fun fact, there are actually more IoT devices out there than there are people on this planet. That's right, your toothbrush is part of a global network now. Sweet dreams. To really understand where we are with IoT, we gotta rewind a bit. You know, fire up the time machine and go back to the good old days. When dinosaurs roamed the earth. Just kidding. But seriously, the roots of IoT go way back. Think about it. The first smart device was basically the telegraph, right? Sending messages across long distances without having to, physically deliver them. That was a game changer. Fast forward to 1982, Carnegie Mellon University, a bunch of tech wizards decided to connect a Coke machine to the internet. Why? So they could check if their sodas were cold enough, obviously. Priorities, people. Then, in 1999, a legend named Kevin Ashton coined the term Internet of Things. Thanks, Kev, for giving us this mouthful of a tech term we all know and love. And remember those crazy expensive smart fridges from the early 2000s? Yeah, those were like the pioneers of the modern smart home, even if they cost a small fortune and probably judged your taste in snacks. But look at us now. Even your houseplants can tweet when they're thirsty. What a time to be alive. Okay, enough history lessons. Let's pop the hood and see what's really going on inside this whole IoT thing. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. First up, you got your sensors. These little guys are like the eyes and ears of the IoT world, constantly collecting data. Your smartwatch tracking your heart rate? That's a sensor doing its thing. Next, that data needs to go somewhere, right? That's where connectivity comes in. Think Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, cellular networks, basically anything that can beam information through the air, or sometimes wires at lightning speed. And where does all that data end up? You guessed it, the cloud. That's where the real magic happens. Powerful algorithms and AI get to work, analyzing your every move. Well, not move, but you get the idea. Finally, you get that satisfying ping on your phone. Your fitness tracker congratulating you on hitting 10,000 steps. Your smart thermostat telling you it's time to crank up the AC, all thanks to the power of IoT. So where is all this IoT stuff actually happening? Short answer, everywhere. Your house is probably the most obvious example. Smart lights that dim automatically when you're watching a movie? That's IoT. Smart thermostats that learn your schedule and adjust the temperature accordingly? IoT again. Heck, even your coffee maker can be part of the IoT party, brewing you a fresh cup as soon as your alarm goes off. But it goes way beyond your living room. IoT is revolutionizing healthcare with smart devices monitoring patients remotely and alerting doctors in case of emergencies. Farmers are using IoT sensors to optimize crop yields and reduce waste. And in factories, machines are talking to each other, optimizing production lines and making sure your next day delivery actually arrives on time. But let's be real, not everything about IoT is sunshine and roses. Remember that smart pet feeder that malfunctioned and almost starved your goldfish, or that connected security system that got hacked and now someone's watching your every move? Yeah, IoT can be a little glitchy sometimes. Okay, time to address the elephant in the room security, because let's be honest, with all the amazing things IoT can do, it's also created a whole new playground for hackers and other shady characters. Remember the Mirai botnet attack back in 2016? Hundreds of thousands of IoT devices, from security cameras to, you guessed it, smart fridges, were hijacked and used to launch a massive DDoS attack that took down major websites like Twitter, Netflix, and Reddit. Not exactly the kind of internet outage anyone wants to deal with. And then there are the more personal privacy concerns. Your smart TV is tracking what you watch, your smart speaker is listening to your conversations, even when you think it's not. And don't even get me started on those creepy baby monitor hacks. But don't worry, there are ways to protect yourself. First and foremost, change those default passwords. Admin and password are not your friends. Second, keep your devices updated with the latest software. And if you're really serious about security, consider using a VPN to encrypt your internet traffic. So, you're feeling inspired? Want to dip your toes into the world of IoT and build something awesome? Well, you're in luck, because it's easier than ever to get started. First, you need a brain for your project. That's where something like a Raspberry Pi comes in. It's a tiny, affordable computer that's perfect for all sorts of DIY IoT projects, from automating your cat feeder to creating your own home security system. Next, you'll need some sensors to collect data from the real world. Temperature, humidity, light, motion, you name it, there's a sensor for it. And if you want to get really fancy, you can even find sensors that detect things like air quality, sound, and even specific gases. Once you've got your hardware sorted, it's time to start coding. Platforms like Arduino make it easy to program your IoT devices and bring your ideas to life. And if you're feeling really ambitious, you can even connect your creations to cloud services like AWS IoT or Google Cloud IoT. Hold on tight, because the future of IoT is going to be wild. First up, we've got 5G. With its super fast speeds and low latency, 5G is going to unleash a whole new wave of IoT innovation. Think self-driving cars that can communicate with each other in real time, smart cities that optimize traffic flow and reduce congestion, and maybe even holographic video calls with your grandma. Okay, that last one might be a bit further out. And then there's AI. As AI gets smarter and more sophisticated, it's going to play an even bigger role in the IoT world. Imagine smart homes that can anticipate your needs, wearable devices that can detect health problems before you even experience symptoms, and maybe even robots that can do your laundry and make you dinner. A tech enthusiast can dream, right? But the real game changer is going to be the convergence of all these technologies. When you combine the power of IoT, 5G, and AI, you get a world where everything is connected, everything is intelligent, and everything is possible. But let's be real, even with all the amazing advancements in IoT technology, things are still going to go wrong sometimes. Because at the end of the day, these devices are being built by humans, and humans make mistakes. Take for instance that story about the smart toilet that got hacked and started flushing uncontrollably, or the one about the connected fish tank that was used to steal data from a casino. Or how about the time Amazon decided to share your Wi-Fi with your neighbors without asking? Yeah, IoT fails can be pretty epic. The point is, just because we can connect something to the internet doesn't necessarily mean we should. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the best, and sometimes it's okay to just unplug and enjoy the analog world for a bit. So, if you're now eyeing your smart speaker suspiciously, wondering if it's judging your taste in music, you're not alone. But hey, that's the price of progress, right? Thanks for geeking out with us today. Remember, the future's connected, but you're the boss of your gadgets. Stay savvy, stay secure. See you in the next video. Until then, stay curious.